What if I told you that the key to keeping someone's attention, loyalty, and respect lies not in chasing them, but in becoming someone they can't ignore? You see, people are drawn to strength, independence, and authenticity. Men especially gravitate toward women who exude self-respect, confidence, and unwavering purpose. If you've ever wondered why some women seem magnetic, why they never need to run after anyone, it's because they've unlocked the secret. They act in a way that commands respect, admiration, and an undeniable pull. Let me tell you this, it's not about games or manipulation. It's about becoming the kind of person they can't forget, the one they always return to. Today, we're diving deep into the mindset and behavior that changes everything. Confidence is not just something you wear or show off, it's who you are when no one is watching. It's the quiet, steady voice inside you that says, I am enough, even when the world tries to tell you otherwise. Confidence isn't about walking into a room and demanding attention. It's about walking into that same room and not needing anyone's approval to feel like you belong. It's not loud, it's not boastful, it's not showy. True confidence is calm, composed, and undeniable. It doesn't beg to be seen, it simply is. When you carry yourself with confidence, you shift the energy around you. People notice, even if they don't say it out loud, they feel it. It's in the way you stand tall, the way you speak with certainty, the way you move through life with purpose. Confidence whispers, I know who I am, and I'm not afraid to show it. And let me tell you something, men can sense that. They're drawn to it like a moth to a flame. Confidence doesn't ask for attention, it commands respect. But here's the thing, real confidence doesn't come from the outside. It doesn't come from the compliments you get, the clothes you wear, or the way others look at you. It's not about how many followers you have or the approval of people around you. Confidence comes from within. It's rooted in your self-worth, in your belief that you are valuable just as you are. And until you believe that for yourself, no amount of external validation will fill the void. You can't fake it. You can try, but people will see through it eventually. Authentic confidence comes from doing the inner work, from knowing your worth, even when the world doesn't validate it. Confidence is built, not bought. It's something you cultivate through action, through persistence, through growth. It's waking up every day and choosing to believe in yourself, even when the odds are stacked against you. It's saying, I may not have all the answers, but I trust myself enough to figure it out. Confidence is a choice. It's a decision to own your flaws, to embrace your imperfections, and to stand tall anyway. It's not about being perfect, it's about being real. And let's talk about self-worth for a second, because that's the foundation of everything. If you don't value yourself, no one else will. If you don't believe you deserve respect, people will treat you accordingly. Self-worth isn't arrogance. It's not thinking you're better than anyone else. It's knowing you're not less. It's looking in the mirror and saying, I am enough, and truly believing it. That belief radiates outward. It shows in the way you carry yourself, in the way you interact with others, in the way you handle challenges. When you know your worth, you stop settling for less. You stop tolerating behavior that doesn't align with your value. And men, they notice that. They notice when a woman knows who she is and what she stands for. They notice when she doesn't need their validation to feel good about herself. That's attractive. That's magnetic. A woman who knows her worth doesn't chase. She doesn't beg for attention. She doesn't lower her standards to fit someone else's expectations. She stands firm, and in doing so, she draws the right people to her. Confidence creates space for the right kind of attention, the kind that's rooted in respect, admiration, and genuine connection. Confidence also means being unapologetically yourself. It means showing up as you are, not as who you think people want you to be. It's embracing your quirks, your flaws, your individuality, and letting the world take it or leave it. Confidence isn't about pleasing everyone, it's about pleasing yourself first. When you're authentic, when you're real, you give others permission to do the same. You create an energy that's irresistible because it's genuine. There's nothing more attractive than someone who is comfortable in their own skin. But let me tell you something else. Confidence doesn't mean you'll never doubt yourself. It doesn't mean you'll never have moments of fear or insecurity. Confidence is not the absence of doubt, it's the courage to move forward anyway. It's trusting yourself even when you're unsure, even when the road ahead feels uncertain. It's saying, I don't know what's coming, but I believe in my ability to handle it. That's strength. That's resilience. That's confidence in action. And when you have that kind of confidence, it doesn't just change how people see you, it changes how you see yourself. It changes how you approach life, how you navigate relationships, how you pursue your goals. It gives you the freedom to live unapologetically, to love fearlessly, to chase your dreams without hesitation. Confidence isn't just about attracting others, it's about attracting the life you deserve. It's about stepping into your power, owning your story, and refusing to let anyone dim your light. When you embody that kind of confidence, people can't help but take notice. They may not know what it is about you that draws them in, but they'll feel it. It's undeniable. It's magnetic. It's powerful. Boundaries are not just something you set for others, they are something you set for yourself, something you live by, something that protects your peace, your purpose, your worth. Boundaries are a declaration of who you are and what you stand for. They say, this is what I will accept, and this is what I will not tolerate. And let me tell you, when you have the courage to set those boundaries, something amazing happens. People start to respect you not because you demanded it, but because you've already shown them how you respect yourself. But here's the truth, setting boundaries isn't easy. It's uncomfortable. It's hard. It requires you to stand firm in a world that constantly asks you to compromise, to bend, to give more than you have. It takes strength to say no, to walk away, to protect your time and energy. But that's exactly why it's so powerful. Boundaries are not about being cold or unkind. They're about protecting the parts of you that are sacred, the parts of you that are essential to your growth, your happiness, your purpose. When you set boundaries, you are saying to the world, I know my worth. You are saying, I value myself enough to protect my energy, my time, my mental and emotional well-being. And let me tell you something, men notice that. They notice when you're not afraid to walk away, when you're not desperate for attention, when you don't let people take advantage of you. A woman who sets boundaries exudes strength. She doesn't have to chase anyone because her presence commands respect. And let's get one thing clear, boundaries are not walls. They are not barriers meant to keep people out. Boundaries are guidelines. They are the way you teach people how to treat you. They are about creating healthy relationships, not cutting people off. When you set a boundary, you are inviting people to meet you at a higher level, to engage with you in a way that is respectful, meaningful, and authentic. And if someone cannot respect your boundaries, they are showing you exactly who they are and why they don't deserve a place in your life. You see, people will treat you the way you allow them to. If you let someone take advantage of you, they will. If you let someone disrespect you, they will. But if you set a boundary, if you make it clear what is and isn't acceptable, you shift the dynamic. You take control of the narrative, you teach people how to treat you. And that kind of self-respect is powerful. It's magnetic. Boundaries are not just about protecting yourself from others, they are about protecting yourself from yourself. Sometimes we are our own worst enemies. We overextend, we say yes when we should say no. We give and give and give until there's nothing left. But when you set a boundary, you are prioritizing your own well-being. You are giving yourself permission to rest, to recharge, to focus on what truly matters. And that kind of self-care is not selfish, it's essential. When you set boundaries, you also create space for the right people to come into your life. You create room for relationships that are built on mutual respect, understanding, and trust. You attract people who value you for who you are, not for what they can take from you. And those kinds of relationships, they're worth everything. But setting boundaries requires courage. It requires you to stand up for yourself, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it means disappointing others. It requires you to let go of the fear of being disliked or judged. And that's hard, I won't lie to you. But the alternative, living a life where you're constantly compromising your values, constantly sacrificing your own happiness for the sake of others, is far harder. When you have strong boundaries, you stop settling for less. You stop accepting crumbs when you deserve the whole cake. You stop allowing people to take advantage of your kindness, your time, your energy. And the people who can't handle your boundaries, they will fall away. And that's okay, because the people who truly value you, the people who truly respect you, will rise to meet you where you are. Boundaries are not just something you set once and forget about. They are something you enforce every single day. They are something you live by, something you embody. And let me tell you, when you live with strong boundaries, you will see a shift. You will see people treat you differently. You will see relationships improve. You will see yourself grow stronger, more confident, more grounded. Men respect women who respect themselves. They are drawn to women who know their worth, who are not afraid to set limits, who stand firm in their values. And when you set boundaries, you show the world that you are not to be taken lightly. You show the world that you are strong, that you are valuable, that you are deserving of respect. And that kind of energy, that kind of self-respect, it's impossible to ignore. It's what keeps people coming back, what makes them take notice, what sets you apart. Purpose is the driving force behind everything. It's what wakes you up in the morning and keeps you going when the world feels heavy. It's that quiet voice inside of you that whispers, there's something greater waiting for you, even when you're surrounded by doubt. Purpose gives your life meaning. It gives it direction, momentum, and power. And when you walk through life with purpose, it changes everything. It changes how you see yourself, how you carry yourself, and how others see you. Purpose is magnetic. It's undeniable. When you know your purpose, you move differently. You speak with conviction. You carry yourself with intention. You don't waste time on things that don't serve you because you're focused, you're locked in. People notice that. They notice when someone is driven, when someone is living with passion and determination. Men, especially, are drawn to women who are on a mission, who have their own dreams, their own goals, their own fire. There's something irresistible about a person who is lit up from within, someone who doesn't need anyone else to complete them because they're already whole. Purpose isn't about being busy, it's about being intentional. It's not about doing everything, it's about doing the right things. It's about knowing what matters to you, what lights you up, and putting your energy into those things. And let me tell you, when you're living a life filled with purpose, you don't have time for drama, for distractions, for people who don't value you. You're too busy building, creating, growing. Purpose gives you clarity. It helps you see what's worth your time and what isn't. And when you live with that kind of focus, people take notice. Men are drawn to women who are passionate about something, who have their own lives, their own ambitions. They admire women who don't make a relationship their entire identity, who don't lose themselves trying to please someone else. A woman with purpose is captivating because she's not chasing after someone else, she's chasing after her dreams. She's building a life that excites her, that fulfills her, that brings her joy. And in doing so, she inspires others to do the same. Purpose doesn't just make you more attractive, it makes you stronger. It gives you resilience. When you're living with purpose, setbacks don't stop you. Rejection doesn't break you. Disappointments don't define you. You keep moving forward because you know where you're going and you know why you're going there. Purpose gives you the strength to keep going, even when the road gets tough. It gives you the courage to take risks, to step outside your comfort zone, to chase after the things you want. And here's the thing about purpose, it's not always easy to find. It's not something you stumble upon overnight. It takes time. It takes reflection. It takes courage to look inside yourself and ask, what do I really want? What am I here to do? What sets my soul on fire? But once you find it, once you connect with that thing that makes you come alive, it changes everything. It gives your life depth and meaning. It gives you a reason to get up in the morning and keep going, even when things get hard. When you're living with purpose, you become a force to be reckoned with. You become someone who inspires others, someone who leads by example. People are drawn to you because they can see that you're different. They can see that you're not just drifting through life, you're living it with intention, with passion, with focus. That kind of energy is contagious. It's powerful. It's magnetic. Men notice when a woman has purpose. They notice when she's not afraid to go after what she wants, when she's not waiting around for someone else to give her permission to shine. A woman with purpose doesn't need to chase anyone because she's too busy chasing her dreams. She doesn't need someone else to complete her because she's already whole. And that kind of confidence, that kind of independence is irresistible. Living with purpose doesn't mean you don't care about relationships or love. It means you approach them differently. You're not looking for someone to save you, to validate you, to make you feel worthy. You're looking for someone who can walk alongside you, who can support your journey, who can add to your already full and meaningful life. And when you live with that kind of mindset, you attract the right kind of people, people who respect you, who admire you, who want to be part of your story because they see how incredible it already is. Purpose is not just about what you do, it's about who you are. It's about aligning your actions with your values, your passions, your dreams. It's about living authentically, unapologetically, and fully. When you live with purpose, you become unstoppable. You become magnetic. And the people who are meant to be in your life will be drawn to you not because you're chasing them, but because you're chasing something bigger, something greater, something real. Value is not something you demand from others, it's something you embody. It's in the way you carry yourself, the way you treat others, and the way you demand respect without ever having to say a word. Value is quiet, but it's undeniable. It's not about being flashy or putting on a show. It's about being authentic, consistent, and rooted in who you are. When you understand your value, you stop chasing things that aren't meant for you. You stop lowering your standards just to fit someone else's expectations. Instead, you rise, and those who recognize your worth rise to meet you. You see, value isn't something you wait for someone else to give you. It starts with you. It starts with knowing deep in your soul that you are enough, not because of what you have, not because of who you know, but because of who you are. That kind of confidence, that deep understanding of your own value is magnetic. It draws people to you, not because you're trying to impress them, but because they can feel the strength of your presence. People often mistake value for material things, money, status, appearance, but those things fade. True value runs deeper. It's in your character, in your principles, in the way you live your life. It's in the way you keep your word, in the way you show up for yourself and others, in the way you refuse to settle for anything less than you deserve. When you understand your value, you don't compromise. You don't let people treat you like an option, and you don't settle for relationships, jobs, or situations that don't honor who you are. Men notice value. They notice when a woman carries herself with grace and strength. They notice when she respects herself, when she doesn't allow others to take advantage of her, when she sets standards and sticks to them. A woman who knows her value doesn't have to chase anyone, because her presence alone is enough to command attention. She doesn't have to scream for respect, because it's already evident in the way she carries herself. But here's the thing, recognizing your value isn't just about how others see you, it's about how you see yourself. It's about the way you speak to yourself, the way you treat yourself, the way you show up for yourself every day. When you know your value, you stop waiting for someone else to validate you. You stop looking for approval from the outside, because you already have it within. You become your own source of strength, your own source of confidence, your own biggest advocate. When you live with that kind of self-awareness, you naturally attract people who see and respect your value. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone, because your actions speak louder than words. You become someone who inspires others not because you're trying to, but because your life is an example of what it means to know your worth. People are drawn to that. Men are drawn to that. They're drawn to a woman who knows what she wants, who knows what she deserves, and who won't settle for anything less. Value also means being selective. It means being intentional about who you let into your life, about where you invest your time and energy. Not everyone deserves a front row seat in your life. Not everyone deserves access to your heart, your mind, your spirit. And that's not about being arrogant, it's about protecting your peace, your energy, your purpose. When you know your value, you don't allow just anyone to come into your space and disrupt it. You set boundaries and you enforce them because you understand that your time and energy are precious. And let me tell you something, the right people will respect those boundaries. The right people will rise to meet your standards. The right people will see your value and cherish it. You don't have to chase them, and you don't have to convince them of your worth. They'll already know. They'll see it in the way you live your life, in the way you treat yourself and others, in the way you carry yourself with confidence and grace. Value is also about giving, about contributing, about being a blessing to those around you. It's about being kind, being generous, being supportive, but never at the expense of yourself. When you know your value, you give from a place of abundance, not from a place of lack. You give because you want to, not because you feel obligated to. And that kind of giving, that kind of love is powerful. It creates connections that are real, relationships that are meaningful, and a life that is fulfilling. When you know your value, you stop settling. You stop explaining yourself to people who don't deserve an explanation. You stop chasing after things that aren't meant for you. Instead, you focus on building a life that reflects your worth, a life that aligns with your values, your passions, your dreams, and in doing so, you inspire others to do the same. You become a beacon of strength, of grace, of authenticity. That's what value looks like. That's what it feels like. And that's what draws people to you, not because you're trying to impress them, but because they can't help but be inspired by the light that you carry. Energy is everything. It's the silent language you speak before you even open your mouth. It's the force that enters the room before you do, the atmosphere you create around you, and the way people feel when they're in your presence. Energy doesn't lie, it tells the truth about who you are, what you believe, and how you see yourself. When your energy is strong, focused, and positive, it's like a magnet. It draws people in, inspires them, and leaves a lasting impression. But when your energy is scattered, negative, or desperate, it repels. People might not always know why, but they feel it. The energy you carry starts from within. It's rooted in how you feel about yourself, how you treat yourself, and how you see the world. If you walk through life feeling insecure, bitter, or anxious, that energy will seep into everything you do. People will sense it, even if you try to hide it. But when you take the time to work on yourself, to heal, to grow, to nurture your confidence, you transform the energy you put out. You become someone people want to be around, not because you're trying to impress them, but because your energy feels good. Men are especially drawn to a woman whose energy is calm, confident, and self-assured. There's something captivating about a woman who knows who she is, who doesn't feel the need to prove herself, and who exudes a quiet strength. That kind of energy says, I don't need you, but I'd like to share my life with you. It's not about being arrogant or closed off. It's about being secure in who you are. It's about having an energy that says, I'm whole on my own, but I have space for the right person. Energy is not about being loud or outgoing. It's about being intentional. It's about showing up as your authentic self, fully present and fully grounded. It's about understanding that your energy is a reflection of your inner state. When you're at peace with yourself, when you've done the work to heal from your past and embrace your worth, that peace radiates outward. People feel it. They're drawn to it because it's rare, it's real, and it's powerful. But protecting your energy is just as important as cultivating it. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Not everyone deserves your time, your attention, or your emotional investment. You have to be selective about who you let into your space because your energy is precious. It's not infinite, it's a resource that needs to be guarded, nurtured, and replenished. When you allow toxic people or situations to drain you, you compromise your energy. And when your energy is compromised, it affects every area of your life, your relationships, your work, your happiness. Protecting your energy doesn't mean isolating yourself or shutting people out. It means setting boundaries. It means being intentional about where you invest your time and energy. It means saying no to things that don't serve you and yes to things that uplift you. It means surrounding yourself with people who support you, who encourage you, and who bring out the best in you. Because when your energy is strong, you're unstoppable. You're magnetic. And the right people will be drawn to you because they can feel your strength, your positivity, your authenticity. Your energy also has the power to transform the people around you. When you bring positive energy into a room, it changes the atmosphere. It lifts people up, inspires them, and makes them feel good. That's the kind of energy that leaves a lasting impression. That's the kind of energy that people remember. But it starts with you. It starts with how you choose to show up in the world. It starts with the energy you cultivate within yourself. When you carry yourself with positive energy, you don't have to chase anyone. You don't have to beg for attention or force connections. Your energy does the work for you. It speaks louder than words. It communicates your confidence, your kindness, and your value. It tells people that you're someone worth knowing, someone worth respecting, someone worth investing in. And here's the thing, energy is contagious. When you surround yourself with positive, uplifting people, their energy rubs off on you. And when you carry positive energy, you uplift the people around you. It's a cycle, a ripple effect, and it starts with you. You have the power to choose the kind of energy you bring into the world, and that choice determines the kind of relationships, opportunities, and experiences you attract. So, take care of your energy, nurture it, protect it, cultivate it. Surround yourself with people and experiences that make you feel good, that help you grow, that align with your values and your purpose. And when you do, you'll notice a shift. You'll notice that people are drawn to you not because you're trying to get their attention, but because your energy is undeniable. It's powerful. It's authentic. It's magnetic. Patience is a virtue that we talk about, but too often we don't live it. In this world of instant gratification, patience has become rare, and because it's rare, it's powerful. Patience doesn't mean sitting idle or waiting around for things to happen. It means trusting the process, understanding that everything unfolds in its time. It's about staying calm in the storm, keeping faith in the unseen, and knowing that what's meant for you will never miss you. Patience is strength under control. It's the quiet confidence that says, I know my worth, and I'm willing to wait for what I deserve. When you have patience, you're not easily shaken. You don't panic when things don't go your way, and you don't rush into situations that aren't right for you. Patience gives you perspective. It allows you to step back, evaluate, and make decisions from a place of clarity, not desperation. And let me tell you, when you carry yourself with that kind of composure, people notice. Men notice. A woman who has patience is a woman who knows her value, who doesn't feel the need to settle, and who understands the power of timing. Patience also shows strength in relationships. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind, to rush into something because it feels good in the moment. But lasting connections aren't built on impulse, they're built on understanding, respect, and mutual effort. Patience allows you to see people for who they truly are, not just who they present themselves to be. It gives you the time to understand someone's character, their intentions, and whether they align with your values. And when you approach relationships with patience, you avoid the mistakes that come from rushing into something that isn't meant for you. You see, patience is not passive, it's active. It's a choice you make every day to trust the process, to stay committed to your path, and to remain grounded even when things don't happen as quickly as you'd like. It takes strength to be patient. It takes discipline to resist the urge to chase after something or someone when the timing isn't right. But when you practice patience, you show the world and yourself that you're in control. You're not ruled by fear or insecurity. You're guided by faith, by wisdom, and by the understanding that good things take time. Men are drawn to women who exhibit patience because it reflects confidence. It says, I'm not in a rush to prove myself or to make something happen because I trust that what's meant for me will come to me. That kind of energy is powerful. It's attractive. It's inspiring. A woman with patience isn't swayed by pressure or influenced by external noise. She stays true to herself, her values, and her vision. And that kind of steadiness, that kind of strength is rare. Patience also allows you to grow. It gives you the time and space to work on yourself, to build your confidence, and to develop the qualities that make you the best version of yourself. When you're patient, you're not looking for shortcuts. You're willing to put in the work, to face the challenges, and to learn the lessons that life has to teach you. And as you grow, you become more secure in who you are. You become someone who doesn't need validation from others because you've already validated yourself. Being patient doesn't mean you're indifferent or unbothered. It means you're intentional. It means you know the difference between rushing into something out of fear and waiting for something out of faith. Patience gives you power because it puts you in control of your choices. It allows you to walk away from situations that don't serve you and to hold out for the things that align with your values and your goals. Patience is also a sign of emotional maturity. It shows that you're not driven by impulse or by the need for immediate gratification. It shows that you're willing to wait for the things that truly matter, for the things that bring lasting fulfillment. And when you carry yourself with that kind of maturity, people respect you. Men respect you. They see you as someone who values herself, who isn't swayed by temporary emotions, and who has the wisdom to see the bigger picture. When you're patient, you allow life to unfold as it's meant to. You trust the timing of your journey, even when it doesn't align with your expectations. You understand that every delay, every detour, and every setback is part of a bigger plan. And because you have that trust, you're able to remain calm, centered, and focused. You don't waste energy chasing after things that aren't meant for you because you know that what's meant for you will find its way to you. Patience is a form of self-respect. It's saying, I'm not going to settle for less than I deserve. No matter how long it takes, it's saying, I trust myself, I trust my path, and I trust the process. It's understanding that sometimes the things we want most take time. And that's okay, because when you have patience, you're not just waiting, you're preparing. You're growing, you're learning, and you're becoming the person you need to be to receive the blessings that are coming your way.